right.
Other
What else
NBA
we got?
news, getting away from the game itself a little bit, and maybe he fell out of the spotlight, so of course he had to bring himself into it. LeBron, the other day in a press conference, says, "You guys are all so quick to ask me about Kyrie. How come none of you have asked me about Jerry Jones in this photograph?" And the background setup for this is that a photograph came out from Little Rock, Arkansas in 1957. 1957. And in the photo, it's a school blocking the black students from being able to come inside. And there's a bunch of white kids and some police and whatever. And amongst the white kid group is Jerry Jones, who is 14 years old. We should add 14 years old. And it's not like he's yelling or anything. He looks like he's just standing there. Like, you know, this is just my school and I'm looking, you know, something's going on. If you see a crowd and something's going on, you're going to walk over and look.
Right.
It's not like looks like he's yelling some slurs or something. He just looks like a 14-year-old kid standing there. And we're talking about nearly 8 years before the Civil Rights Act was passed. So Jerry Jones is an asshole and I don't like him for a lot of reasons. I'm not mad at a 14-year-old kid growing up in Little Rock, Arkansas for being in the crowd at a school with something like that going on. If you want to be pissed at Jerry Jones, be pissed at him trying to block the kneeling, blackballing Kaepernick. I guarantee you it's been reported that he played a large role in that.
Right.
Plenty of reasons to dislike Jerry Jones. This photo of a 14-year-old kid, that ranks as like not even a 1 out of 10 on the anger scale, because it's like he's just there and whatever. And it's also so disingenuous of LeBron to be like, well, you're asking me about Kyrie. Kyrie did something right now. He's in the NBA. He was your teammate for several years.
Right.
You're talking about an owner of a team on a different sport with a photo from like 60, 70, how many years ago? And as a kid, you know, you can't get mad at a kid back then for being in that crowd. Like, that's not, you know, I mean, the whole thing was ugly, but like I said, this is even pre-Civil Rights Act. So it's just ridiculous comparison. And, you know, I try and like LeBron. I really do. But he can be such an incredible hypocrite. You know, you're all about human rights and whatever. Pretty sure Daryl Morey said something, you know, about Hong Kong China. And China. And LeBron actually didn't just keep quiet about it. He actually came at Daryl Morey saying he's uneducated on the matter. So he actually came to the defense of China. You can't choose your spots like this. So you care about human rights or not, LeBron? Choose one or the other. It's so hypocritical. And that's what drives me crazy.
Yeah, like you said, the funniest part is, you know, oh, you guys asked me about Kyrie and didn't. They're like, why would we ask you about something completely unrelated in a different sport? Like you said, it was just like, it's one of these things where you could just tell, like, he had pre-planned that he was going to bring that up, you know, and make it a big thing because they asked, you know, I don't think he likes that they ask him questions about Kyrie and this and that. He feels like tied to that situation, and he's like, I'm not Kyrie. But it's relevant to what is actually happening, which is the thing, you know, with him. I have these. Oh,
and we didn't even get to the other hypocritical part of this. So LeBron said it was always a Cowboys fan. He says, well, Jerry Jones, I am no longer a Cowboys fan. Now I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Wow. Oh, really? So you have moral objections to Jerry Jones, which is fine, totally understandable. The Cleveland Browns just signed Deshaun Watson, Mr. Massage Table Assault Pervert, you know, 26 plus claims of assault by masseuses.
Yep.
Oh, that's okay.
He's good with that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine with that. I mean, you got to be consistent. You can either just say, I'm just doing my thing and whatever. You can't go in on one thing and ignore all the other things that are very similar to it and expect anyone to take you seriously.
Yep. Yeah. You know, I think we said this before, or maybe I haven't said it on this, but I think the on the court LeBron greatness, you know, nobody ever disputes any of that stuff. You know, he's one of the legends of the game. You know, he's going to go down as top 3 player, you know, maybe top 2 Whatever your feelings on it are, but the
Sure.
off the court stuff it's just ridiculous.
It's just frustrating.
Yeah, bringing books in that he clearly hasn't read, and them.
There's that ongoing joke
questions.
where he's always on page 1.
Oh yeah.
He'll be showing the book and he's on page 1.
Yeah, there was a reporter who, he mentioned The Godfather being one of his greatest, movies. The whole trilogy. He's a huge fan, and the reporter's asking him, is there anything from the movie you could tell us that you like, or a quote, or anything? He can't come up with one thing from any of these movies. It's like, you're just lying. You don't.
He thinks it looks cool or smart or whatever. Right. That's what he's doing.
It's just you're outright lying, man. And just say you didn't really watch it, or don't bring it up. But yeah, it's the passive aggressive. It's just who he is. You know what I mean? And his fans are gonna stand behind him, and hey, he's still one of the greats. Like I said, it's these things about you that just frustrate you.
Yeah.
About him.